I literally had another solar plexus heart chakra blockage. And the last time I had that was about 2 months ago. And usually it's because you're trying to release some things. There was a message that came in from the universe the other day about how we need to detox. Energies that are around us are really not working for us. I'm not quite sure how many of you actually listened to this advice. This wasn't just advice, it was an instruction from the universe. You have to embody this new version of you. If anybody else has been suffering from this kind of experience, it's because you're hanging on to something that you need to get rid of. And that's why the detox was really important. We have to let go of some of the old personality traits, or not just that you have those personality traits anymore, but accepting who you are now. Acknowledgement that you are this powerful being that deserves this new state of experience for yourself. If you don't listen to your guidance and follow through, the universe still gets through. It's going to make you face those experiences or those things that you need to let go of. It puts you into that point where, it's inevitable. And that's the thing, is this new you is inevitable. The universe will present to you an experience to make you think. It's all for your highest good. Remember, we have our higher self that is guiding us, that is pulling us to this. And this is what's happening, is that our higher self says, enough already. Enough. They will. And that's the thing. It's not the universe that's punishing. It's what your soul is pulling you into, this new version of you. You went through a lot of suffering in your life, and you finally crossed that threshold. Thought that suffering was over. You have been through a lot of pain. You literally thought that you never had to deal with it again. And part of your duty as this light worker, this healer, sometimes you have to suffer for others. During this process of this blockage that occurred, you could not get past the thought of the pain. You experienced a victim mindset that you thought was over, a cycle that was complete, that you never had to experience again. These things aren't brought on by yourself. The reason it was presented to you, you need to remember every soul that still is suffering every day. You need to remember the reason why you signed up for this job, this endeavor, is because you want to save as many as you can that are suffering. There are so many innocent people out there that are suffering at no fault of their own. And sometimes it is passed on generation after generation after generation. And we live in a physical human experience on this earth. When we stay to the ethereal world or the imaginative world, which is a great place to be, and that's where all the creation is, we forget about all of the souls that are still human, that are still living the physical experience, that have no idea about the spiritual journey and the mental freedom that they could have from their experiences. And you are no longer innocent in that aspect. They are. They're not awake to the reality of the power that lies within them. So they are every day suffering. This is why you need to be reminded that even though you have gotten past a lot of your suffering, you're just floating through life. Yes, and it's great, it's heaven, but heaven is not here on earth yet. It does not exist yet. We have a lot of work to get to that point, but we have to be reminded that these emotions that people are suffering from their experiences, and they're being hurt, and you are attracting a transmutator of emotions and memories of experience. A lot of the suffering that we experience, that others experience in life, you are still going to have to transform that within your body, and that's how you're built. That you have transformed your body into a vessel of this ability. Sometimes have to be reminded of letting go of these emotions. You know, we are physical, and you go through these experiences, and nothing phases you, and that's great. But sometimes you're gonna have to take the pain from others, what they're going through. It's you giving them others grace, or giving them a break. There's so much suffering in the world. You are taking the pain from others. Not many people that can do this. So on occasion, are going to have these experiences of pain. It's not going to be easy, but you have to remember all of the innocent souls. Every day there's suffering going on at no fault of their own. And what you're doing is remembering those people that have no control over their life, because it's been taken from them. Their autonomy is been removed from their ability. And until we have heaven on earth, we have to constantly remember this suffering, and we have to endure this pain. And it's this horrible, heavy, dark energy that has to be somehow transmuted within your body. You know, distance, there is no distance. Whenever you have pain and you have no idea where it comes from, remind yourself that it's the people that are suffering, that have no control over their experience. And what you're doing is, life force energy is the energy that flows throughout the universe that heals. With that intention, you are taking that pain that you're feeling, is that energy, whatever these souls that are suffering on earth in the physical plane, you are using that, and you are providing healing energy that's going to be transmuted right back to them. So just always with that intention of, you are doing this for people who are suffering, who need this healing energy, whether it be mental freedom, whatever they're going through. This is literally exactly what you came here to do. You came here to heal. Not just people that are near you, but people that you can't see, that you can't physically touch. But this is the whole thing, is just instantly, whenever you feel pain and suffering within your vessel, and you know there's no evident reason of it, just focus on all of those people, children, adults that have no control over their experience and have no physical protection over what they're experiencing at the moment. You are transmuting that energy, and you are sending that purified, cleansing, healing energy right back to them. It's going to be filled with strength. It's going to be filled with an ability to escape mentally from their experience. Everything is with purpose. So you're going to take this suffering that you're going through, and you're going to turn it around into that intention, that you are going to turn this painful experience. And when you take your mind, see, when I was going through this energy, it was several hours ago, it was that victim mentality coming back, like, why am I suffering and all this stuff, until I realized exactly what it was. It was all of the suffering that all of the innocent beings are experiencing, and we are supposed to transform this energy into purified, cleansing energy that we send back out to the universe to touch their soul, so that way they can cope, they can heal, they can if you sit too long on this thought, it can totally break you down. This is one of the jobs that he needs you for, is to be able to do this. So as soon as you realize this actually came to me, I was trying my hardest to meditate throughout. I was doing breath work and trying to meditate. I could not fathom any reason why this was happening to my soul. And when I was in that state, and then I felt God, and it's like, we need you to do this, to focus on all of the innocent beings that are out there that can't protect or control their experience. And that this is the way that we help the world. I mean, we can't be everywhere. God can't. He can intervene in some situations, and obviously he will. We just can't determine those types of circumstances that surround those situations. There's war going on. This is why you still physically suffer at times for no reason. It's to take that energy and pull it through your body, because you are a vessel, you are a healing vessel, and just do what you can, and just trust that this is the intention. This is also considered distance Reiki. This is healing the world. One of many skills that you have. If you are still new on the journey, this is something that is meant for you. If you're here on this video, this is something that you need to learn how to do, because you are a healing source. And I discovered that I had to understand the experience from that perspective, that it wasn't my pain. It wasn't my pain. Completely transmute the energy, and the pain had dissipated. We can get so caught up in the good things that are happening in our life. One of the dark aspects of healing. If you're not up for it, I don't judge. If you're still here on this video, you definitely are one that can handle this kind of suffering. You're no longer suffering from mental pain. You have all the mental freedom that you have. And so when you realize that the pain is someone else's, when you realize that you are healing yourself, and you have to control your thoughts, and you have to transmute this energy for healing for someone else, you have way more power. So you're very weak when it comes to selfish thoughts, thinking that this is your pain and that you deserve this. And those are very selfish, victim mindset thoughts. That's not for you. It's not going to get any easier. This is where the divine is giving you a choice right now. Are you ready for this? Are you committed to the journey? Because you're going to have to do this on several occasions throughout your entire life. And are you okay to do that? Are you willing to endure the suffering because you literally thought the suffering was over when you got on the spiritual path and you went through all that suffering and you realized everything you went through was for a purpose? You finally were able to clear all of your personal suffering. Can you endure the suffering of the world? This is like the crossroads for you. There's no judgment, but, you know, the universe gives you free will. You're going to be able to do this for the long haul. It's a difficult task, but you can do it. Your heart belongs to the world. You know, when you are asked to surrender by God, and you're asked to give it to God, this is part of God. Sometimes he doesn't have the ability to transmute this energy, because remember, energy doesn't die. It gets transformed. The universe has so much power when it comes to things, but this has to be done on the physical realm, and we are the vessels. When you surrender, you give it up to God. Sometimes that energy of whatever suffering you're going through, whatever mental anguish, whatever, that's what happens is God will take it and put it out to his light workers, put it out to his energy workers. This is the crossroads. He says, can you please transmute this? It's painful, but this is, someone has asked for God to take it. This is part of our job, is to transmute energy. And of course, there's plenty of us saying, of course, yes, here, give it. We'll do that. But that's the thing. This energy is coming from a place of surrender from these people that are suffering tremendously. And so us light workers, that's what's going on, is that we are saying, okay, we're going to take this. Your boss is asking you to take an extra responsibility. They're asking from a very, God asks from a very living space of trust and honor, because he understands that it's painful. And he understands that it's not something that you look forward to doing. He's so grateful because this is just something he can't do on earth. Other deities that have come to earth, that's how God, he wanted to understand what it was like to take on the suffering of the physical body. He wanted to have that experience, and he wanted to understand it. And that's why he put Jesus on earth, and that's why he put all these other deities to try to understand the human experience of suffering. You can do this. God doesn't give you anything that you can't handle. And that's the thing. He's giving it. He's asking the people that he knows can do it. So just take a deep breath with me. Just kind of clear the energy and ask the universe, ask your God to allow yourself to get clarity on whether or not this is going to be your path moving forward. Ask God to give you the strength to take on this duty that he's asking you to do. You are so powerful. This is part of the darker side of energy work, healing work. If you are not ready yet, that's okay. And continue your spiritual journey. And, you know, when you're ready, you're ready. It's not an easy decision. We'd all be out doing this. Just know that you're loved and you're appreciated. If you feel called and you know that this is your path, then, you know, thank you. I just want to say that I am still sending you so much love and gratitude for your effort where you're at right now, where, you know, you have come a long way. When we put others at the forefront above our needs, it is easier for us to endure, because, you know, our physical body is, it's painful. It's painful. And so you've been able to transmute and transform your own suffering. And this has given you the power. This has given you the power and the ability to be able to take on other people's pain and suffering. It's still going to be painful. It's giving you that strength to be able to, when you take yourself out of the mix, you're able to do so much more. You know, this is really what serving others is all about, is doing it for them, not for anything. It's not benefiting you at all. I mean, you're gonna get some healing as well, but you've done a lot of healing on yourself, and so you don't need this type of major healing that this part of the job entails. But it's going to have experienced it in your life at times. You've been able to have your energy transformed and transmuted through your own suffering by other healers throughout the universe. So, and if you look at it at times, and we call it God, and it is God, because God is the one that sent the healers out to take that energy and transform it for you, so you can get through those experiences. This is where the terminology comes from, being called energy work. This is literally the most difficult process of energy healing. If you've got this message, you have to accept the offer, keep walking forward. You are so treasured in the ethereal world, in the physical realm, and as we continue to do this, we're healing the world. We're bringing a little more heaven to our earth, and it one day will be heaven on earth. Thank you so much for staying this entire time.